Okay. Now we in the presidential election, and people make a big difference. They think it's the same thing. Unfortunately, we still have the electoral college in the presidential election. But when it comes to local elections, senators, judges, city council people, all that is one for one. Ain't no electoral college that gotta, declare something. No, 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 no. You can win by one vote. You can win by 2 votes. It ain't like playing basketball. You gotta win by 2 points. No, 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 no. So when you tell somebody you're not gonna vote because it don't count, what happens is you not only don't give your vote, but you give the other side an extra vote.
The vote that There's that call I was talking about, Lonzo. Give me 30 seconds, man. There's that call I was talking about.
I'll do this, finish doing this show. So
do your thing.
As a civic-minded person, a person who understands the power of the vote, I work with a lot of politicians and I push campaigns. I'm not pushing any one particular campaign. I just want you to see what's available. Because for the first time in my life as a grown man, I'm looking at how we only got 2 people. We ain't had no debates. We ain't had nothing in the presidential election. We got 2 people already. And that's never happened before in my lifetime. But it is very important that you do vote in your local elections, your mayors, your city council, the judges, the countywide and statewide elections, because all those elections are won or lost by a handful of votes. I'm very active in the politics of Compton, and although Compton has 100,000 people, maybe about 10,000 vote, if that many. So a few votes can sway an election one way or another. A block club, a motorcycle club, a gang can I shouldn't even said that, can change the whole dynamic of an election depending on how they want to vote. So don't let nobody tell you your vote don't count, because it does, especially locally. So always remember, your vote is wherever you are, whether you're in Sacramento, Compton, LA, Pomona, don't make no difference, folks. Don't let nobody, oh man, your vote don't count. That's because they're going to run out there and vote and end up getting double the double of mileage for you not voting. So they vote and you don't. So guess what? That means they up one on you. So, but if you do vote and you don't like it, y'all go against each other, y'all pretty much cancel each other out. Understand that part. One vote on one side, one vote on another, it cancels it out. So it keeps on going. And when people stop voting, that's when the other side starts winning. So understand it, folks, and understand this. If a vote wasn't valuable, do you think people would be trying to steal it from you? They're always trying to steal it from you. Whether they what they call gerrymandering your district to make sure that folks, that another side get more votes because they got more of a certain type of people over here. It's really tricky, especially when it comes to state elections and Senate elections and federal elections. They always manipulating the borderlines to increase the possibility of one candidate winning over another. But I'm gonna stop my civic speech. Dusty is back. Let's get to it, Doc.
I love that, because there was something that I wanted to talk with you about, and we might as well get it out of the way because it is along the lines of what you were just discussing right now. But I was just going down a rabbit hole, Lonzo, and I came across this article, and I would love your take on it. LA County District Attorney Gascon is facing backlash. The rise of street takeovers and street racing is through the roof, higher than it's ever been. Deaths caused by street racing and takeovers are higher than they've ever been. Gascon has come out and said that he is not interested in prosecuting most of these cases. Instead, he wants to offer them a special class in driving school for safe driving. As someone who unfortunately has lost someone close to you due to another idiot street racing, you yourself were severely injured in that accident that killed your passenger. What are your thoughts on this recent take of Gascon sending them to driving class instead of locking their asses up?
Gascon is getting pressure on both sides. For so long, people were going to jail, losing their apartments, their jobs, their cars, their families, because they were wrongfully convicted or being arrested, and then they just discharged the case. Okay, DA reject. Okay, And I understand that was one way of, that was a bad situation because everybody don't have $1,000, $5,000 just sitting around or a house to put up a bond. You'll get accused of something, and it's like you get kidnapped until you got some money to pay the ransom. That's what it boiled down to. Okay, so now they canceled that program and they come up with this soft glove program where no matter what you do, almost if it ain't a felony, you pretty much get a ticket and get to go home. I was at a meeting recently, and one of the officers told me that if somebody was in a stolen car, they would get a ticket and had to come to court. Now, here we are in 2024, and it seems like everything, because the cost of living is going up so much, it seems like, I could be wrong, that even the cost of doing law enforcement is gotten too expensive. They looking at the cost of doing this, as far as arresting people, the manpower, the jail, the transportation, the whole 9 yards. They're looking at all this as being too expensive because you got so many people involved in a street takeover. Not just the idiots doing the circle jerk, but you got all the people that's watching. Okay, all those people. Somebody got to round them up, write them a ticket. It takes hours. I don't know how much a cop makes an hour, maybe $45 an hour or something like that. But it takes that much time to write them tickets. So they're looking at the cost, and because it's not a real high damage situation, it's almost like graffiti. You're damaging personal property, but it doesn't really affect a lot of people to a certain degree. It may affect people coming down that street, people in that area, but it's not a big situation in some areas. But it is a major nuisance. It's a major nuisance. It's a major nuisance. And my resolution for that is, man, don't just give them a ticket. Give them an ankle bracelet. Give them an ankle bracelet. Give them something that's going to make them come back to court. Let them go back. Let them keep their job. Let them go back and do their families. But you get an ankle bracelet, bro. You get an ankle bracelet. You get something, some type of tracking device to make sure that we can find you when it comes time for court. Because even at one time, I had a warrant. And I hate looking over my shoulder. I walked into jail to turn myself in. I think I would turn myself in on Friday. I'll be out on Monday. They wouldn't arrest me. They would not take me in. They would not take me in, dude. They said it was a bench warrant. It was less than $5,000. They said if you get picked up, it'll just, that's when they'll deal with it. Other than that, they wouldn't deal with it. They would not take me into jail. They would not take me into jail. I hate looking over my shoulder. I just hate that feeling because when the cop pull you over, you're all dressed up, ready to go someplace, all of a sudden you end up in jail. So I called myself gonna be slick. I wasn't doing nothing. We were gonna sit my ass down for the weekend, get this off my head. Wouldn't do it. So now what we're seeing is the same thing magnified. Street takeovers, mini bikes. I mean, when this weekend, this latest issue of the Hub City Reporter, I did an article on mini bikes. Now I'm a mini bike enthusiast as a kid. I love mini bikes, go-karts, all that stuff, quads. But to see them flying down the street in gangs of 50, 60 cats doing wheelies, no helmets, no brake lights, no tail lights, doing all kinds of tricks or whatever the case may be, and nobody ain't gonna say nothing. You giving a license to Havoc. I mean, come on, man. That's just straight, dude. They loud, they're dangerous. These guys were swerving out of traffic. Somebody got on somebody has on a camera, one of those action cameras. So they filming everything. They, if not that, somebody got a phone and they doing it for the gram. Meanwhile, everybody else is in danger because these idiots don't have the sense or the wherewithal to do this off of a busy street. I see them going down El Segundo, Avalon, and I wrote a story about it. And it's not fair to the citizens who actually buy their tags, bikers who wear helmets, who have license plates, who have the proper gear, who are not doing what it is. So you give me the same, I can't call them criminals, but the infractionists, the same freedoms that a person that is abiding by the law. So what's my incentive to be a square? What's my incentive to be a square if everybody gets to do what they want to do? And I think Gascon brought that. He brought that philosophy from San Francisco, if I'm not mistaken. And he raised the felony limit. The felony used to be $500. He raised it to 1,000. Now everybody wants it in the stores, and 1,000 guards don't do nothing. You just got straight chaos in the stores. And when you just look at streets, cities like Oakland, although Gascon is not a part of Oakland, Oakland has closed their Denny's, they closed their In-N-Out burgers, they closed everything because folks just are so disrespectful and broke in some cases. They just do any and everything, and it's too much risk for the business owners of the business. And it's just with that combined with all
OG Steve, love you, bro.
What do you do? I'm not looking at the chat right now.
Oh, he just shot us 12 bones. Good looking out, man.
Much love,
Appreciate
Steve.
you.
Good looking out, Doc. Always. So yeah, folks, when you sit up and you look at these situations, and yes, and this is typical law enforcement. 1 minute they're coming down with the iron glove. They killing flies with sledgehammers. Next minute they tickling murders. It don't make that. There's never any real balance, man. Like I said, if somebody put an ankle bracelet or took your car and made you come down to get your car that night, and you can't, they just hold it. You can't come, you can't get it. This is the deal. When you come down to get your car, you get this ankle bracelet, or you get whatever situation they come up with to make you report to court. And if you don't do what you have to do, now everything gets escalated. I thought today, something I've been thinking about for a long time, being initiated in New York. New York got a terrible problem of people parking in the bike lane. New York, traffic is horrible. Man, dude, make the 405 look like the Indianapolis 500, okay? Well, I think the ticket for parking in the bike lane is like $300. They are not. OG Steve hit us again. Much love, Doc. Appreciate you.
Damn, dog. Thank you, homie.
He must have his income tax. Much love to you, Steve.
Bada boom, bada bing, he said. Good looking out.
I ain't mad. They started paying a reward to anybody that videotapes or takes a picture of a license plate of a car that's parked in the bike lane, and the person take that picture gets a reward of like $85.
We should do that with street takeovers.
Dude, I'm telling you, I've been saying this forever, but in California.